A Ram is life. Yeah, it's the wipe the sweat off your brow sort of life. But it's also the let's load up the ATV's life. The my kids play way too many sports life. The let's find a secret spot to fish life. That looks nice. Innovations, comforts, and powertrains built to power all the lives you live. Ram.
Ram Heavy Duty.
So, hello everyone, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to the Modern Classic Show. I'm here with a special guest today, Mr. Arie Nevin from South Africa. How are you doing, Arie?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
And as you can see, we're doing an episode on the Ram 1500s. This is the 2019 onwards Ram Rebel. This is actually a 2020, and yours is a 2023 GT. So, in the video, we're just going to be, talking a little bit about the differences. There's a few things Arie's got to tell us about with his, and we go through the Black Edition as well, and just see what they kind of updated, and and we're going to be doing a bit of driving as well. So certainly look forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yep, I think it's going to be a nice video.
Yeah.
Before we do though, why don't I show you around the yard?
Yes, please.
Would
That'd be great.
Would that be good?
That'd be amazing.
Absolutely. All right, let's do it. Well, while we're here, I'll talk you around the yard. So, yeah, absolutely. So this is the California. It's a 2012 California 30, and I had it about, I think, 6 months or so now. But Rosso red. It's got the tan interior, and I think it's just a nice kind of used Ferrari to have. Just to
nice in winter to put the top down and enjoy the weather.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's that one, and we've also got this from 1988. It's a Porsche 928 S4. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a story online with how I got it from the Emirates auctions, and just redid it all.
I remember the state it was in. It was ready to be crushed.
It was ready for the scrapyard, really. Typical thing. So over here we've got the G300. I just did a video on this. I think it was my last video was on this, and I just changed the battery, gave it a clean. But again, I think we've been out in this with yourself and the Ram off-roading.
It was a good day out. Yeah, she was performing like the modern cars.
Absolutely. And then obviously it broke down. I had my thermostat housing blow up. Yeah, and I had to get towed out with a Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, nice to see it. 2-door. A lot of these in Dubai are the 5 doors, and they're just so common. But to get the 2-door, it's a little bit more special.
Very rare.
And then we have here this S500 Coupe, which I'm just using this for work. So
the king of the yard.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 2016 5-liter V8. It's
amazing.
But yeah, that's kind of the yard. So yeah, without further ado, I think we'll get in our Rams and get down to the desert there, and I think we're going to be having some cappuccino a bit later.
Sounds amazing.
Let's go.
Hey buddy, so let me show you around my 2023 Rebel GT, as you mentioned. I think one of the most obvious differences is the sound. So the exhaust system has been done as well. And it boosts it up a bit from 395 to 415 horses. But same 5.7 liter Hemi V8, the old reliable one. Have a look at the inside. It's got more of a classic gear lever or gear knob, but it is automatic. And it affords you the drive and the sports function. Other than that, I think it's pretty standard.
Yeah. So you got GT in the seats there.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. It doesn't have the Rebel on the sides, but it has a GT in the middle.
Indeed.
And then they've changed this to a grey, where yours is red. I think yours is actually much nicer. Yeah.
Wow.
To be honest,
the grey's also nice.
It is. Yeah.
Nice.
Side step slightly different. We've both got the Ram boxes, which is amazing. And then at the back, this is a really handy feature. Have the split tailgate.
Oh yeah.
So you've got the option of doing it this way, and it allows you to come right up to it. So you can either use this as a step, and you can load much easier, in my opinion. Sorry, an old rag snuck in there. And
nice. got a nice big rubber mat there as well.
Yeah, that was just like a Dragon Mart special, you know.
Okay, right.
Protects the bottom a bit, and then you have the normal function which yours has. Yeah.
Oh, so you've got a choice.
Yeah, you got a choice of the two. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I didn't
Yeah.
realize it did that.
Yeah, I bought these for like 10 dirhams, and they stick things down as well. There's less things slipping around.
Indeed.
I think there was a couple of small differences other than that, but the e-torque motor that we spoke about earlier.
Yes.
So it's sort of hybrid in a little sense. I think they were trying to comply with a bit of the efficiency regulations, stop-start technology, and charging the battery, using that for the AC when it shuts down. Small things like that.
All right, let's. Arie's shown us the GT. It's obviously a wonderful bit of kit. I actually had a drive, and it does feel really solid and tight. But yeah, this was the 2020 Ram Rebel. So yeah, it just kind of came out when I bought it. The model started in 2019. They introduced it. I think it's called the 5th generation. So as you can see with this one, we've got, for the gear selector, we've got a turn knob. So that is a little bit different to Arie's traditional gear selector. I think I prefer the GT style one. But yeah, similar kind of thing inside with the big screen. This is the black edition, so everything's blacked out. Black wheels, black interior, black badges. But for mine, I've got the regular tailgate. So we get this step here, which Arie's doesn't have. Reason being, because he's got the split tailgate, it's much easier to use this step. So, as I say, we've got the camera here. It just kind of comes down. So, yeah, he takes a quad bike pretty easily. But that's pretty much it for the differences. As I say, the GT in terms of price, Arie paid 280,000 dirhams for his, brand new. When I bought this one in 2020, and considering it was pre-pandemic, the pandemic started about 2 weeks after I bought this. It was listed in the showroom for 232,000 dirhams. So again, first owner, bought it new. And yeah, it's been kind of faultless, I had to rebuild the rear differential, but I have done 140,000 kilometers in it. So apart from that, pretty worry-free motoring. Anyway, let's get out there on the dunes and show you what these Rams can do.
And all that time I came before, just a test of our love to see if we give up before the hand would hit the glove. And all that time I came before, just a test of our love to see if we give up before would hit the glove. And all that time I came before, just a test of our love to see if we give up before the hand would hit the glove. And all that time I came before, just a test of our love to see if we give up before we hit the glove. And
So we've deliberately buried Arie's ram in the sand here. We've put it right down to the chassis, and we're just going to demonstrate a rescue using the strap with the other ram. And as you can see, even in the deep sand, with that GT on its chassis, we can still pull it out, no issue. So it just shows, like, if you've got two rams, you're pretty much unstoppable. And yeah, just to demonstrate use of the ropes, Arie's just putting those away now. And yeah, that was a nice drive out. So as I say, very, very capable machines. As I say, we did this on purpose to demonstrate a rescue. And away Arie goes. Just in the car now, headed for a cappuccino down the Zanzibar Cafe. And yeah, in the Ram GT, it's going great, isn't it? Obviously we're up and down the dunes there.
Oh yeah. Running up and down.
Running up and down.
Testing the off-road capabilities.
Yeah, but no, this is great. This is really great. Oh, great, Arie. That was a really nice bit of off-roading there. Unfortunately, on the camera, we didn't get to demonstrate. We were trying to demonstrate a recovery effort, but we just couldn't quite get the angles with the, the dunes and the steep angles. But yeah, I think we had pretty good fun with it. I wanted to tell, your story because, as I say, people of the Modern Classics show know me as a pilot, flying a 737 in the Middle East. But the way I know you is you're also a fellow pilot.
That's it, yeah. Started my career in South Africa, training and everything, and then it's quite different in South Africa. You need a lot of experience before you can go to the airlines. So I was working amongst various roles as a pilot, including some firefighting, and I was lucky enough to be the chief pilot for a small charter company at one stage. It was a really nice time in my career. We had some small bush airplanes, Cessna Caravan, Pilatus PC-12, we had a Bell Jet Ranger, which was very nice. Yeah, it allowed me to use both licenses at the same time, the fixed wing and helicopter.
That must have been pretty amazing to get to the chief pilot level. I mean, that's the ultimate pilot job. I don't think you can get much higher than that. I mean, what was it like?
Well, it was a really good time. I mean, there's some stress involved in it as well. Of course, you're responsible for creating the pilot rostering, and you're in charge of all the safety documents, make sure all the pilots are licensed. But it was really nice to be sort of in charge and see how it's run from the background. Yeah, it was nice.
With a job like that and an airline like that in Africa, do you have things like OMA, OMB, those kind of manuals, or is it different?
Similar. At a small charter company level, we had 12 aircraft, including the helicopter. It's not that there is necessary for an OMA. So what they would do is they would just exactly follow the CATs and CARs. So the civil aviation regulations and the civil aviation technical standards. So they will just copy those, which are already approved by the authority. So they don't need to rewrite their own. But then, of course, there is every aircraft has its manual, which is similar to our OMB. And yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. Yeah, Arie Nevin, wonderful pilot. And like me, also upgraded from the first officer position to captain. And yeah, we're certainly enjoying our time in the left seat. And yeah, it's a great privilege to be flying like 737s in the Middle East. I certainly enjoy it. And it's great to come out and do an episode for the Modern Classics show using Arie and his Ram and the GT, and just showing you a slightly newer version. So I think this has been a wonderful episode. Any final thoughts, Arie?
Thank you so much for the day, for having me on the show. It was a real pleasure. Look forward to collaborating again at some stage. And yeah, thank you so much.
Oh yes, and we got some drinks.
Yeah, finally we got something cold to enjoy.
All right, that wraps everything up. We've got a load of drinks to get through here now at the Zanzibar Cafe. Sun's going down, so me and Arie are going to enjoy this. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.